Have you ever stood in the grocery store aisle wondering if fresh produce is really healthier than frozen? You're not alone. Many people assume that fresh automatically means better, while frozen gets an unfair reputation as a nutritional compromise. But is that actually true? Today, we're breaking down the facts behind fresh versus frozen foods, comparing nutrients, shelf life, and some common misconceptions that might surprise you. Let's start with nutrients. Fruits and vegetables begin losing vitamins and minerals from the moment they're harvested. Transport, storage, and the time spent sitting on store shelves can all accelerate nutrient loss. For example, spinach can lose up to 90% of its vitamin C within 24 hours of picking if it's not refrigerated properly. So that fresh produce you bought could be a week old by the time you eat it. In contrast, frozen produce is typically harvested at peak ripeness, when nutrient levels are highest. Within hours of picking, it's blanched, briefly boiled or steamed to kill bacteria, and then flash frozen to lock in those nutrients. Research has shown that frozen fruits and vegetables often retain as many vitamins and minerals as their fresh counterparts, and sometimes more. For example, frozen blueberries and peas have been found to have higher vitamin C content compared to fresh ones stored in the fridge for several days. That doesn't mean frozen is always superior though. The blanching process used before freezing can reduce certain heat-sensitive nutrients, like some B vitamins. But the difference is usually minor, and the convenience of frozen can help people eat more vegetables overall, which is what matters most. Next, let's look at shelf life. Fresh produce is more perishable. You've probably experienced that bag of salad greens turning slimy just a few days after you bring it home. Food waste is a major issue, and buying frozen can help reduce it. Frozen produce can last for months without significant loss of quality. That longer shelf life means you're more likely to have healthy options on hand when you need them. Some people worry that freezing affects taste and texture. It's true that certain vegetables, like zucchini or lettuce, don't freeze well because they become mushy when thawed. But many others, like broccoli, green beans, corn and berries, retain excellent flavor and texture after freezing. If you use them in cooked dishes, soups, or smoothies, you probably won't even notice a difference. There are also misconceptions about added preservatives. Many assume frozen vegetables are loaded with chemicals to keep them fresh. In reality, most frozen fruits and vegetables contain just one ingredient, the produce itself. Always check the label to be sure, but in most cases, you're just getting plain, frozen food with no additives. Another common belief is that fresh produce supports local farmers more directly. That can be true if you shop at farmers markets or buy locally grown items in season. But in supermarkets, fresh produce is often shipped from far away, just like frozen foods. If supporting local agriculture is important to you, look for labels that indicate the source, whether you're buying fresh or frozen. So which is healthier overall? The answer depends on a few factors. How quickly you plan to eat fresh produce, what nutrients you care most about, and your cooking habits. If you can buy truly fresh, in-season produce and eat it soon after purchase, you'll get peak nutrition and flavor. But if your fresh veggies tend to wilt in the crisper drawer, frozen options may be a smarter, more nutritious choice. At the end of the day, the healthiest option is the one that helps you include more fruits and vegetables in your diet consistently. Whether that means fresh, frozen, or a mix of both, what really matters is variety and balance. Don't feel guilty for buying frozen. It's often just as good for you and much more convenient. So next time you're at the store, remember, fresh doesn't always mean fresher. Frozen produce can be a powerful ally in eating well, cutting waste, and saving time. The most important thing is that you fill your plate with colorful, nutrient-rich foods, no matter where they come from. Thanks for listening. If you found this video helpful, consider subscribing and sharing it with someone who's still on the fence about frozen foods. Stay healthy and see you next time.